Joining us now is Mr. Calvin Antwine, and he's the Public Relations Officer at GBSS. So, good morning, Calvin. How are you doing?
I'm good. Morning. And morning to everyone who's watching. And a correction, PRO for the exchange program itself.
Oh, okay, all right.
PR,
Not for the
but
hospital, just for the exchange program.
Right, but you're an IT teacher down at GBSS.
Correct.
All right.
Okay, well, I see you flashing a big Canada tie. Is this the start of the exchange program? You've given away the secret anyway as to...
Actually, this is like the second time I'm working with a group of Canadians. The tie came from the first time. GET normally have this association with CTF, Canadian Teachers Federation, where every summer they would come and teach teachers. So I was one of that, and that was a gift I got.
Okay. So it just came in handy. You can use it right now. Okay, well then.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about this exchange program that's coming up.
All right. Well, the exchange program would have started sometime back in 2010, where an old boy of GBSS, Carl Marshall, he came down Grenada around time when we were having intercall, and he witnessed some of the students not fully equipped sports-wise. They were running bare feet and so on. So basically he went back with that concern to his son. His son is Michael Marshall, and he teaches at the St. Roch Catholic Secondary School. So I guess in the discussions, they came up with this idea of fundraiser at the school. And within that one day, when he passed the idea to the students and teachers at St. Roch, they came up with 500 US, well, Canadian, I should say. And they sent that down. Well, they didn't send the money, they sent the equipment down. We got spikes, that long measuring tape when you're doing with long jump and so on, and a couple other sporting equipment. And it basically moved from there on.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so this is mainly for sport, for equipment, for sports?
No, the exchange program, that's really how it started. It goes way past that. The idea is to give exchange of cultural and education from the both schools. About 3 weeks ago, the 8 Canadian teachers came down, and they were given a tour of the school and the island, of course. And last week we went up 6 teachers from the different areas, I being technology, some being sport, and so on, and basically to observe this school, and then in the future we'll have students on board.
Okay. So what did you learn up in Canada? Tell me about that trip.
Wow. The observation was great. St. Roch is a recently opened school, 3 years in a running, and that school operates on some high technology. I was impressed with the level of love for country. Every morning the school would start an assembly. Now they have intercoms throughout the school. Every room have some speaker system, right? So they would start with the assembly that's broadcast from the office, and student conducts the assembly. They give the announcement. They start off with the Canadian anthem, and full of life. Good morning, St. Roch, and everybody will pay attention. Another observation too that we will bring back here is that at the sound of the bell, they move. They move.
Right.
Your 10-in-our system, bell ring, you have to say, boy, go to your class, and this type of stuff.
Aaron guilty of that.
Yeah, the bell means what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, they're very structured. In fact, I think one of the things that they have this attendance system, right, where each teacher, has attendance, and it's different down here. We, the teachers, go to the class, whereas up there, each teacher have their class and the students come to them.
Okay.
And the teachers would have this type of attendance sheet, and at the end of the day, they submit that to the office, and it's read through the computer system, and missing too much class can cause suspension, among other things. So that in itself enforces the part where we have to run and say go to class and stuff.
All right, see, we have some pictures here of the classes. This is at St. Roch, yes?
Yes, this is the choir. We were having a assembly where Jenny Gomes was there as well. I think she's a consul general to Grenada, for Grenada in Toronto. That's where we were giving a review. That's like after the 4 day. The Thursday we went there, Monday, observed some of the teachers, actually taught some of the classes and stuff. And that was one of the special assembly they have. Here is a special need class. Again, St. Roch is like a model school for all schools, not just in Canada, but I would say worldwide. Well, we know autism and other stuff is a problem today, and they would have catered for the needs of those students. They have a special area, special support staff, and then now and then the students will mix. Those highly functional ones are in a normal class, but those who are not in that special room there.
Okay. So they need them now.
Yeah, that's, see, they're one of the support teachers bringing him across in that assembly there. One thing I can also mention back with the curriculum, it caters for a wide variety of needs, where, you know, Caribbean tend to be the academics, as we would say, but St. Roch cater for every child need, I can say.
So what we're looking at here is
we're looking at auto mechanics.
This is a room where you're going to learn. This is not just a garage in the school.
Exactly.
Okay.
The teachers would bring in their vehicle, the children learn how to change oil, change tires.
Teachers getting free service.
Nah, they actually have to pay a cost.
Okay, yeah. So it's not free even for the teachers.
A reduced cost, then I guess the public will pay. And the equipment in there is awesome. I mean, they have lift and so on, air compressors. That's us with, after the assembly, Jenny Gomes, to the far left is the team leader, Kenneth Dubisset. The tall guy at the back would be Mr. Marshall, the founder of that program there.
This is Michael Marshall or his father?
His father.
Okay.
The principal of St. Roch there, and he has a degree in computer science, so hence the reason why that school operating on IT. They have plans of, remember I said the assembly goes live. They have plans of going video. Each class has a flat screen, and I'm not talking about 32-inch flat screen, a huge flat screen. Yeah, and then they have smart board. Now, I must say we get in there in Grenada because all the secondary school were given a smart board by the Ministry of Education or whatever program they had there, and we use that, and it's normally like centered in the lab, but every class have a smart board.
For the folks who don't know,
just said I don't have a smart board in school, so I'm feeling so smart right now.
So tell us what a smart board is exactly.
All right, a smart board is just like a computerized chalkboard. So instead of the chalk and the dust and the sneezing and stuff, you have that is like it's projected. You use a digital projector, and your chalk becomes an electronic marker, and the students see it as a touch screen. Yeah, the students can interact with the board. So instead of me clicking a mouse, I can say, listen, let's do, like I normally use it for reviewing exam content and so on, interactive. So they might have a multiple choice. They go, they press the option, gives them the answer and so on, make it learning fun.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and among other things too, they have, can't remember the general area for that, but they do hair and stuff. They have barbers developing from there. The ladies are doing hair and stuff. They're learning how to put on weave on braids. I mean, all this type of stuff. Yeah.
And the school is in Brampton, is that right? It's just outside of Toronto?
Yes, Brampton, Canada. And Brampton is just like, well, I always consider Canada to be a first world Grenada in terms of it being so clean, peaceful and quiet, but of course developed to a first world level.
Okay. All right. No, look.
I was going to ask, what is the what really made them want to do the exchange program? Is there a need for it, you know?
Oh yes, well I mean exploring different culture is always good. I mean we do that every day, whether it be through Facebook or through a website, through watching MTV or something. But something it's always interesting to learn about different cultures, and we're moving it past the culture. We have plans in place that scholarships will be given. We hoping that SGU will get on board where that we can give a student of theirs a scholarship to the best medical university said in the world. And then of course we're hoping that University of Toronto, one of them, could in exchange give like our top CXE student a scholarship.
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
Now, and you said that it was teachers who went on the first trip. There's plans for students to go on the trip. I remember at school there was these exchange programs. You know, students would come from South America for a year and live here and try to learn English and so on. Is it a similar thing? You're trying to create students to go up there for a year, or is it more short term?
Well, next year it will be short term. We're working on developing a 5-year plan that will incorporate all of that. But next year, it most likely will be the students from St. Roch will come down in their March break, and we will go up in our Easter break there. Yeah.
Okay.
We have plans of making it a semester and then into a year and so on. So it's still in the development stage.
Just out of curiosity, wouldn't they send down their exchange students down here? Apart from cultural differences and so on, what else they plan to gain from their experience in Grenada?
Well, for now, it's not much than culture, because of course, first world into third world, we'll just get the idea of the culture and the disciplines and stuff. Because as I mentioned, I mean, St. Roch has so much on the curriculum that we haven't even touched as yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Any thing that they, I mean, just I suppose the teaching differences and the so as I'm looking for, you know, the fact that we only have one smart board here, the facilities and so on, you know, they're like, oh, you know, how is it possible to teach like this, or is it bewildering to them?
Well, one of the observations that the Canadian teacher made in his at the assembly was that the level of competitiveness among our students. They said, you know, I guess at St. Roch, they kind of more laid back, you know, they're accustomed with the technology and so on. And they were pleased to see among the hospitality the level of competitiveness among the students, you know, where it's not just, I guess, average, but trying to come first and this type of stuff in the class and so on. So he was encouraging his students not to just be, you know, average, but try to be the top at all times.
Right.
Yeah. And lastly, I would add to that, the school would have given us some items. One thing they have up there is what they call Rock TV, where the students video editing, yearbook production and stuff, and they would have given us some video equipment. So coming soon, I don't know if we might take over the break. Just kidding. We won't be going that far. But GBSS TV will be coming on stream, where hopefully one of our broadcasters down here can give us a half-an-hour spot and featuring GBSS stuff.
Yeah.
Right through.
Okay.
So that's in the making.
That's a wonderful idea.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much for coming in and sharing that exchange with us. Hope it continues to grow and more people get more and more out of it. Right?
Definitely. Big things happening between the St. Roch's Catholic Secondary, Brampton, Toronto, and GBSS. Right?
And lastly, I encourage people to, well, you know, Facebook is it now. So all old boys out there, the school has an active Facebook page, Facebook.com/the GBSS, so you can learn about the exchange program and much more that GBSS is doing. Sometimes only the negative is put out there and all the positive is just hidden there. So follow us on Facebook.
All right, great stuff.
And of course, this was started through the efforts of just one old boy living up there, had some opportunities. So there's many old boys out there, and the same applies to all the other schools, old boys, old girls, that probably in a position that just with a little bit of effort could make a big difference to our youngsters down here, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
All right. Thank you very, very much for coming in.
Oh yes, it's been a pleasure.
All right.
All right, thanks.